Hello, hello. Sorry, frog in my throat here. Let me get this going. Okay, we are good to go. I'm live. Okay, how do I get back? Okay, there we go. Hi, Wendy. Thank you for sharing. I did get your name down. I've got it right there. I'm so excited that you're here. I am making a fabulous card, but I love the whole painting thing, so that could be part of it. Wendy, we need to get together. Um, I am gone for the weekend, and you likely are too. But let's see if we can hook up this week sometime. That would be great. And if you have time for a cup of tea, that would be a bonus. If not, I get it because we're all running. Let me just really quickly run through um, just a few details that I need to take care of. Let me change the view here for a second. Okay, last chance items. This is a great time to double dip. And sorry, what I mean by that is every order that we place, every order, you get a 10% discount. And some of the last chance items are actually already discounted. So it's a great time. So don't forget about the last chance items, okay? I am doing a draw, and Wendy, your name is in that draw. I'm doing a draw for a brand new in the box um, mini cut and emboss machine. Okay, so any merchandise order that's over $50 will automatically be entered into that, and I will do the draw at the end of this month. Okay, so we'll see who wins that. Card and devotion class, that has already taken place. My card class for May, that has already taken place. My BYOP, which is bring your own project. So it's a great time to catch up on things. It's a great time to finish creating your album or decorating your album. I can't talk, covering it with design paper. It's a great time to do that. So that's May 13th. Now, hello, Cheryl. Nice to see you. And so, yeah, BYOP is a great time to catch up on kind of last minute things that you're not doing at home. Just come, bring it here. It's just a small little fee. I do have past card kits for sale too, if you would like to take part in the BYOP that way. So bring your own projects. So that is May 13th. For June, July, and August, I'm that really, really bad demonstrator. I actually don't host classes. My hope is that I will continue to do lives every Thursday. It might be hit and miss a little bit, but I take the summer off. You know what? Summer is so short. We're all busy. We're all at our cottages. Nobody wants to, well, in my world, nobody wants to do classes. And if I had this amazing, and I do have an amazing following here in our home, but if I had an amazing following beyond in-person classes like Kits to Go and all of that, I would continue with classes, but I don't. And so it just ends up being a lot of work, and and nobody is doing classes. So anyway, that's the reason. If anybody is interested in Kits to Go classes where it's a tutorial, it's not a video, or it could be, but it's not an in-person class, it's not a live class, even if it's like a Zoom class, it's just like a pre-recorded, go back and look at it as many times as you want. If anybody is interested in that, please let me know. And I can definitely set that up for the summer. But as for in-home classes, it just does not happen in my world. I have a new paper share if anybody's interested in a little taste of everything. And do I have Is that the brochure? That it is the brochure. Look at that. So all of these, and they are in the current catalog, all of these beautiful. Connie, hello, I'm glad you made it. And this here, that is part of the paper share. So if you ordered it all, you would be spending just over $155. You can get a taste of it all for $50. So let me know if you are interested in a paper share. Cheryl, thank you for sharing. You're going to want to win the card today. Online exclusives. Do not forget about online exclusives. I can't remember if what I'm showcasing today is an online exclusive or in the catalog. It is an online exclusive. So having said that, don't forget about the online exclusives. And the kit collections are amazing. They're beautiful. They're kind of like, in my mind, this is just my humble little opinion, they're like a step up from Paper Pumpkins. So they are very, very nice. I just want to show you a little gift. So every month I host this quick card class where we make a quick card, and then we do a very short devotional, and then if people have prayer needs or whatever, I will pray for you. But anyway, one of my girls gave me this little box for journaling and a little pencil. Isn't that so cute? It's called a prayer box. And she also gifted me this beautiful fridge magnet. So I think I'm going to put that in the RV. Now let's get to the card. I'm excited that you're here. For those of you that have come to my classes, that I love to use my blender brushes, okay? So that's what we're going to use. So what I did was I started with a half sheet of cardstock, okay? So this is 8.5 by 11, and I cut it at 5.5. We're going to use this whole thing, but it's going to end up being an A2 card, so stick with me on this. I grabbed my 2 3/8 inch, where is it? Right here. I grabbed my 2 3/8 inch. Say that fast 10 times. 2 3/8 inch circle punch, and I'm going to put that. Right about here. Okay. Now, let's start with our first color being Daffodil Delight. So I'm creating a scene, okay? So we are creating a scene. I'm going to move your names up here. If somebody does share this post or this video, right below, if you're on Facebook or even if you're on YouTube, there is a thank you, Wendy. I figured it was. Thank you so much for that. Where was my brain? I can't remember. I'm 67. I don't remember where my brain was. It might come to me. So we're going to start with a blending brush. We're going to start with Daffodil Delight. And I am going to start off and roll onto, whoops, I didn't want to do that, onto my cardstock. So I'm going to hold my circle down. I didn't want to lift that up. And even if I got a little bit on there or under there, it won't really matter. Connie, thank you for sharing. Oh, that's where I was going to say. Yay, thank you for saying that, my brain. So Facebook and YouTube, underneath the video, you have a little share button, okay? So you would just hit that share. We're going to start off here. I was just going to say, can you girls hear me? But obviously you can. And I think my Daffodil Delight is thirsty for a drink. And if I get like a little blotch mark, I'm actually not worried about it because the whole sky effect, it's actually never like perfectly that little bend area. I'm going to have to be really careful with that. You know what? Let's see if I can pull this out. Sorry for all that clanking. This is just removable tape. Let's put a little bit down here. That might help. Okay, so that is Daffodil Delight. The next thing that I want to pull in is a little bit of pumpkin pie. And Connie, let me get your name down right away because I will be very upset if sorry for the bad scribble. Connie, your name is in. Okay, so now we're going to grab our orange brush and let's add a little bit of pumpkin pie into the mix. And so there's kind of that splotch happening. You know what? I think with the little brushes, what I am doing, and I'm just realizing that right now, I think I'm putting too much pressure on it. So we're not going to, and I'm seriously not worried about that. You know how sometimes you look up at the sky during a sunset, and the sky is just amazing. Well, so now let's try without me putting pressure on the head and just on the handle. I'm just so used to holding it closer, but I'm not going to put pressure on. Holding my breath here now. Who has weekend plans? It's going to be a glorious weekend here in Winnipeg. And I wonder if I need, I'll see if I want to make my Daffodil Delight a little bit stronger. We're going to grab some Berry Burst. And this is quite an intense color. So I am going to be like just barely tickling my paper, hopefully. It's coming. We're getting a sky image here. Who has done this technique? Yay. Oh, Wendy, I'm so glad. That's so nice when we can make a long weekend out of a weekend. Wendy, you're going to have a blast. Have you been yet? Like, have you already opened up? And let's pull some of this kind of up into the daffodil or into the pumpkin pie. Stay down, little circle. And now I am going to, oh, nice. Oh, that's nice that you got there early. Okay, let's call that done for now. And I mean, you can always go back and add, right? But you can never take away. So please keep that in mind. We're going to grab some Azure Afternoon. So I'm going to be using, Regina, hello. I haven't seen you here in so long. I was hoping your name would pop up, and I do have you down. Thank you for sharing. So now this is Azure Afternoon, and let's pull that in. And so now we're kind of in the sky area. I'm trying to make sure that my circle doesn't pop up. I don't want any blue under that circle, and I need to make sure that I stay in camera. Thank you, ladies, for sharing. It helps so much. I am trying so hard to get my viewership up and my watch hours up. And whenever you comment or like a video, it actually pushes me up in the algorithm, and then YouTube sends my video out to other people that have never watched. So that's kind of cool. Kind of a neat way to get some more viewership. I feel like I need some fresh ink in my azure afternoon as well. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and actually do that. And then you can see how I fill. Azure is a bright. Let me see. Where's my brights? Right here. So when I fill up, this is what I do. I just kind of squeeze the bottle, but then I take a spoon and I kind of press it in. So I'm just kind of massaging what I just added on there in. And normally I would just wipe the spoon, but you know what? Let's just pick that ink up and then I'll wipe it. So we've got some azure up at the top here. I love this blue. Love, love, love. And now we're going to add some azure down below. Look at my work of art. Don't you remember getting pictures like this from kindergarten? From your children or your grandchildren? Let's get some azure happening down here. Now it's looking really blotchy. I'm not worried. This is my water portion. So I'm just not, first of all, not worried about it. And I guess my pressure is not even. And that's why it's happening. I'm trying to stay right in camera here. Whoopsie. I started on here. I like to always start off and roll on. It's looking good. It's looking good. I want to get up in here a little bit where I've got my berry burst. Looking really nice, ladies. This is the effect that we want. Okay, so I can't remember. I don't think anybody answered me. Who has done like a blending brush scenery before? Who has ever done one of these? They're actually, I don't know, to me they look like they would potentially be scary, but they're not. Okay, so this is my lighter blue, and I'm going to use the same brush, but now I'm going to grab Night of Navy. Cheryl, do you remember that card we did with the beautiful you, the lady that stood out in the water? And we created so that she was like just standing in shallow, shallow water on the beach. So here's Night of Navy, and I am just going to kind of stay closer to the top and a little bit heavier on the corner. And we're not pulling any Night of Navy into the water. We're just going to stay at the top. Oh, Connie, you were here at that class too? Oh, such a fun card. Who still has that card? That's such a long time ago retired item. And true story, I still have that stamp set because I love that stamp set. Okay, so now we've got our Night of Navy down. Now what we want to do, let's put that brush away, is drum roll please. Here we go. There's our sun. You want to make sure that there is no removable adhesive stuck on there. And let's go back to our Daffodil Delight. And let's make this into a sunshine. My Daffodil Delight probably needs re-inking too. Now I am okay if I leave some white in here. Now do you see how now that there's color added, all of a sudden it doesn't pop out as much but looks more realistic. So right here I kind of have a little bit of white happening, and I think I want to leave that there because I love that effect. And I also love the effect of having it a little bit darker on one side. I'm loving the sky. Let's pull in some more daffodil over here. And now what I'm going to do, I think I forgot to show you, or maybe I did a few videos ago. My dear friend purchased me this as a birthday present instead of using Q-tips. I guess she felt sorry for me, and I didn't even know that this was a thing. But I'm going to grab this one, and I've got that designated for my red, and we're going to pick up that Berry Burst again, okay? So normally what I would have done was I would have used a Q-tip, but I'm going to use my little Kathy brush instead. So I already have some on there, and this is such a dark color. Pardon me, I have the hiccups all of a sudden. I want to barely touch my paper, okay? So, whoops, let's move my bracelets out of the way. I'm barely touching, and I'm just trying to get some lines across the sky. And across my sun. Just to kind of give it a little more. You know how sometimes you've got this red running through? Okay, I think I'm going to call that done for my sky, and I'm loving it. These are, they're brushes, Connie. They're brushes. And I can ask, Kathy got them on Amazon. So they are a brush and not a sponge. And I don't know, but this might be the full pack. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 in here, I believe it is. Okay, so there's our sky. There's our sky and our water. Now what I want to do, because I want to save myself a step, okay? Yeah, they're amazing. I'm loving them. I've used them a few times now. we're making a double Z fold card, okay? So let's grab our score board. And is this going to work? I believe so. Okay, and so on my card base, which is this, I want my Z fold on this side. So I'm actually going to flip my design paper around. So now this is the top facing me, and I'm going to score at 1.5 inches. So make sure you're using your score blade. Where's my 1.5? Right here. 1.5 and then 3. Okay. So there's my scores at 1.5 and 3. You can barely see them, but they are there, right there. But then what I want to do, because this is 5.5 inches long, and I want to bring that down to 4. Judy, hello, my friend. Nice to see you. So this is 5.5 inches deep. I want to bring that down to 4.25 so that it now becomes an A2 card. And Judy, let me add your name right away. Somebody is going to win a beautiful summer card. This can also be used as a masculine card. This is the top of my card. This is the bottom of my card. So we're going to find our 4.25, which is right there. Hold your paper down and give that a slice. So there is our A2 size card base. And now I've got this strip. And what I'm going to do with that is, let's move all of this out of the way. Let's get our cut and emboss machine. And I guess I could have used my mini, but anyway, I brought this one forward. And we're leaving this 11 inches long because we already have our score marks on it. And we're going to take, you know what, I should actually, well, once I run this through, I'll show you the entire bundle. This, girls, seriously is a must-have. So I have 2 in the bundle. I don't know what you call them. 2 waves, that's the word I'm looking for. And I am going to run, you know what, let's start here. I'm going to use both of them at the same time. I didn't do this before, but I'm thinking, oh, can I do that? My bottom plate is so crazy bowed. So crazy bowed. Is this going to work? You know what? We're going to do it in 2 steps. I'm too nervous. I am just too nervous. Let's put that down right there. And, and let's run that through. I'm going backwards here. Run that through, and then I'm just going to run it through again so that my wave continues onto the other side. Okay, so this is what I have, but I want that whole thing to continue. So let's just put this down again. I'm just going to kind of match where I ended, which is right there. And then once I get my cut and emboss machine out of the way, I'm going to show you this entire bundle. That's not going to work, Denise. Seriously. There we go. Okay, let's get that finished. Ooh, you know what I failed to do? I wasn't paying attention. Yep, I was not I was not paying attention. I should have had my water edge on the other side. I will show you what I mean. I will show you what I mean, but it doesn't matter. We can still make it happen. So here's the two water edges. Here are all the other dies. So we have a cloud, we've got a big sailboat, and then we've got two small sailboats with the sails, and then we've got seagulls, okay? And then the stamp set looks like this, which is amazing. I love this set. And it's a bundle. It's a bundle. It also comes with an embossing folder, okay? So now if this water strip wasn't so long, I could, well, I probably still could. I could run it through this way and then flip it over and run it through again. You know what? Let's give that a go. Let's do, oh, you know what though? I'm not going to. You know why? Because that is part of my my bridge for my double Z, and then it'll just kind of weaken the fibers. But we're going to do something different with it. Now, I should have put the edge on this side because my score marks are right here and I need them on this side, okay? But they're so light, I'm going to rescore this, but let's just do some stamping. So there's the two different water edges. And let's grab our stamp set and let's grab this, which is kind of, it's waves. It is waves. We're going to grab a block and I'm going to grab, I just want azure because I kind of want it tone on tone. I don't want those waves to be really, really predominant, but I'm going to try something as well. And let's grab our white pigment ink. So let's do our white first. I'm going to grab my scrap again because I don't want to make a hot mess on my table. And I do want this light. Oh, so light that it doesn't even show. There it is. And there it is. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if it comes through. Yeah, you can see the white on there. So we've just created white caps is what we've done. Now let's clean that off because I don't want to get white in my azure. And we're going to stamp off with the azure because we don't want it dark. I don't want these waves to overpower. Okay, and then you can see, isn't that so stunning? I love it. So I'm actually going to stamp off twice. So we're really, really quite light. 1, 2. There's our water. Now we're going to score that side. I thought I was saving myself a trip, right? Because I scored the whole thing down, but then I should have flipped my blue strip the other way before I cut my water edge. Let's pop these out to make sure they're all out. And you know what else we can do is if we take the azure and I pick up some ink, I can just kind of darken a little bit along the edges. That might give it a really cool effect. Now my white is still a little bit tacky because your white is a pigment ink. It's not a water base, so it takes a little bit longer to dry. So while that is sort of setting, let's build our boats. Okay, so I need 2 clouds that came from the dies. And do we want, here we go. Do we want our boat base in pecan pie? That's a bird. We don't want to lose that. Or do we want our sailboat bases in our new secret sea? So I will wait and see what you say because I want to create them the way you want me to. And I also, let me see, I've got a, let's do it this way. Do we want this set of sailboats? Secret Sea, okay. Do we want that set of sailboats or do we want this set of sailboats? So this is kind of a blue-green with a deeper blue, and this is kind of a two-tone blue with a green and a yellow. I need 3 seagulls. And I'm going to take all of these other little pieces, yikes, and put them back in my little bucket. So Secret Sea it is. We will put Crumb Cake away. And there are our 3 seagulls. Okay, so while I'm waiting, so we know it's Secret Sea without the yellow, okay? So without the yellow. So this is what we have a call on. I will see if there are more suggestions. So far, this is winning, okay? Let's just very gently dust the edges of our clouds so that they pop a little bit more. The ones without green and more, okay? So still 2 for that. I think that's where we're going to go. I'll use the other one on another card. So I'm like hardly touching. And I obviously have a lot of blue in here. So there's my cloud. I can even clean my brush a little bit down here. Okay. I think this is the winner. Let's build that boat. I will show you how I did that. So we're going to start, and there's a right side and a wrong side. Make sure you have them going the correct way. We're going to put a little bit of glue. I think that's called the mast. I'm not sure. I'm not a sailor, so I don't know. So we're just putting a little bit of glue right down on that sailboat itself. And then I'm going to grab the sail, and I'm going to line up that edge with this edge, but I also want it, like I'll show you. So I'm going down a little bit, and I'm kind of lining it up with the edge of the cardstock of the boat. Okay, so there's one of the sailboats, and then same thing. So I'm going to line up this edge here and come down a little bit because I want that pokey thing at the top. I'm not sure what the pokey thing is called, but anyway, I want that pokey thing at the top. Okay, so there's our 2 boats. Let's get some dimensionals behind that, and I'm going to cut strips for the bottom of the boat. So I'm just going right along the edge here and cutting strips. When I start using my dimensionals, you can see how I go around the edge first, and then I've got all of that for my thin cutting. Okay, let's pick those up. Whoops. Yeah, with your finger. Okay, let's put one right here. And one, oh, the back's not off on that one. One right there and one right there. Let's remove the backing. I am packed up and ready to go. I am doing a crop weekend this weekend, and I'm so excited. So I've packed 2 of my black. Oh, that's funny. Yep, that's exactly it, Wendy. That's exactly it. So you know how I need to create 10 albums so that each of my grandchildren have an album. And I'm doing a complete walkthrough on my second video, which incidentally, obviously, I will not be doing a second video this week with my album, popping pictures in. So I need 10 for our 10 grandchildren, and I'm bringing 2 of them to start covering on the weekend. Okay, so with the bigger one, I'm going to want that boat more on the forefront and the smaller one more on the back. I'm trying to create dimension. So this one, I'm going to put dimensionals right on the sail. But this little guy, it's just going to be held on by the strips that are at the bottom of the boat base. Okay, so those are ready to go. And now our clouds, we want dimension on that. I'm going to put a dimensional right back there. I want to cover that area. Okay, I like that better. So I want a dimensional under here, right like that. And let's maybe give it another one. Let's remove that backing. And let's just pop that on. Where do I want it? You know what? Let's go right here. That would be safe. Okay. And now I want this dimensioned as well. So I'm not going to worry about that area, but I'm going to put some minis on here. And so now that is ready. Okay, let's get this on, and let's move our seagulls, come on boys, onto our mat. Wow, it doesn't want to come. Here we go. Okay, so those are ready to go. We're just going to tuck that aside. Let's go back to here. I need that side scored. So that was 1.5 and 3. Now I want the score on this side, but this is just awkward because this is not a square. So we're going to flip it over. So I want 1.5. And then let's just scooch over to 3. Now watch how easy it is to create. Oh, you know what? I don't know where my bone folder is. And I don't think I packed it for the weekend yet because I left my tool kit out. But I feel like I need a bone folder. So there is one. We're going to use the handle of our brush for a bone folder. Actually, am I getting ink all over me? I'm not. Good thing. And let's fold that one. I'm just going to bring it down this way. Do you like my bone folder? So there is one of our Zs. Okay. Oh, yeah. A new pope was just announced. There you go. Okay, we want dimensions on that side. I never thought of using a block. Let me give that a go because I'm feeling like my brush is really awkward. Judy, that's brilliant. Okay, and now this one is going to come this way. So let's just open that up. I'll have to watch and see what that's all about. Okay, so there is my beautiful bone folder. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive just right here. Like so. And that's going to go down on our card. Just making sure that I'm lined up and that I'm nice and square. Okay, I like that. And then all I do is I flip that open, and I am too nervous about going too high. So I always put my adhesive on this side, and I just don't go deep. So I don't know if you can see, but I stopped right here. Whoops, you can't see, my finger's in the way. I stopped right here. Okay, so I don't go too far down. And all I do is I close the card, and I make sure that this side is closed, like so, and I fold that onto itself. And there you go. Your double Z is done, and it's that easy. Let's put our boats on. I'm going to start with the little guy. Going to remove that backing. Somebody's going to win a beautiful card. Backing is removed, and we're going to put this. So if I close this, anything that I adhere over here is going to be on like the top pillar. So I'm going to stay on this side of that fold. And I want this one kind of close-ish to the top because I'm trying to give it that dimension, okay? And now I'm going to remove this. Cheryl, should I do a class? And if I close it, did I remove those? Yeah, so see how I've got my, my dimensionals are a little bit like I went further up. We're going to bring that closer to the front, or closer to the bottom, I mean. And so there's our sailboats on the water. Yes, please. Well, maybe this will be an impromptu June class. So we have pre-prepped, that's a word. Let's remove these backings. I wonder if it is a word. Yeah, they're all removed. And let's put our band of clouds, right here, kind of peeking in front of the sun. And now I placed adhesive sheet behind, because these are so tiny. So pardon me while I look for it. I need light. So there it is right there. I had it. There it is right there. Let's get that onto our take your pick tool, like so. And then I can just decide where I want to put my bird. This is the lake at the cottage that we used to own. So that's kind of featuring that, because there are sailboats on that lake. And so same thing, I've got the backing removed, and I'm just going to leave that stuck onto my my take your pick tool. Where do I want you? You know how they kind of travel together? Put that one right there, and we've got one more, and then we just have the sentiment. It's such a fun card. I love this bundle. I think this is going to be one of those keepers for me. And I knew I wanted to use this card for my live today, but I thought, I want to make it into a dimensional card, and then it was like, oh, double Z fold. Come on, this one's this one's giving me action. I can't find it. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, so I just kind of, now I lost it. I use my take your pick to kind of try to help me take it apart. Wow, this one's being really stubborn. I had it a second ago. I had it. I had it, and then I pushed it back together. How's that working for you? Not so hot. Come on. Wow. Is that it? Nope. Okay, let's flip it. I'm going to try this side. Maybe this side will be a little bit friendlier to me. Sorry, girls. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. And then I just, okay. And I did something to my bird. And you can go over here because you've been naughty. So you're not going to fly with your friends. There you go. You've been very naughty. Now, let's get our sentiment. Whoopsie. And I'm going to let you choose. What sentiment do you want? I want to stay in this. So I used You're Destined for Great Things already, just so that you know. I've got Congratulations, You Deserve the Best, Happy Retirement, Best Wishes, or Ahoy. Oh, Wendy, you ordered it. Done and on the way in. Yay! What sentiment do we want? And we are also going to use the 2025-2027 in colors, and we're going to use these nice deep ones. The first one, Congratulations, is that what you said or want? So we're going to use this one, which is called Secret Sea. It's a beautiful color. Secret Sea. So Congratulations, is that the one? Okay, Best Wishes. We've got 2 for Best Wishes. Okay, we've got, I'm not sure which one. Best Wishes as well. And where did Best Wishes go? Oh, right here, Best Wishes. Okay, let's do Best Wishes. Oh, the first one I said, I think, Cheryl, was You're Destined for Great Things, but that is already on the other card that I will show you in a minute. Okay, this is brand new. I've never used it. I'm going to show you a little trick. We're going to take my little bone folder block, and we're going to pick that up. And because this has never been used, there's still kind of like the factory film on it. If you take Versamark and just tap Versamark on it, don't even worry about wiping it off. not to even worry. We're going to grab Secret C because that's what I want the sentiment in. And so and you only do that once, okay? So you don't have to do this every time because now I have conditioned it, okay? Let's grab a piece of scrap and that just goes directly on there. I've got ink all over my fingers and I think I transferred some right here. So we're just going to flip it over because paper has two sides. And best wishes, down we go. Done. Now I think what I'm going to do, because that sentiment is long and narrow, first I'm going to cut it. Then I'm going to decide what I'm going to do. So if I cut it and then cut it straight down that way and straight down that way, I don't know that I want it on the water. And so I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go best wishes like so. Okay. And do I need to trim that a little bit more? Maybe I'm going to. Let's trim the S just a tiny bit closer. And we're going to put dimensionals on that. I like to always put dimensionals on my sentiment, always, because it just helps it to pop. Okay? So let's get some minis on those. And I'm not going to go too close to the edge because I want to make sure that it's not sticking out. Okay? So I've got about 1/8 of an inch from the edge, and I'm going to do the same on this one. See how I'm just kind of eating all around first? We're going to start with our best, and you know what I also want to do? Very gently, let's just take the starkness of the white away by adding a little bit of azure to it. Kind of give it that little cloud effect. I could have also fussy cut this not straight, so it would have been like thin little wispy clouds, which I should have done, but I didn't. And let's start with the best. Now, what I want to do here is I want to close my Z so that I know that I'm not going to go past here, because then it's not going to fit in the envelope. Okay? And now let's just go crooked. Best. I'm okay if it overhangs that way, but not this way. And then let's go best wishes like so. What do you think? Is it okay that it's that crooked? Let me know, because I haven't pressed it in yet. If you want it straighter, let me know and I will change that right away. We're going to put some bling on here. Let's put 2. So we're going to go big and smaller beside each other. And we're going to put a taller guy or a bigger guy up on this corner. Straighter, please. Okay. So I'm going to follow the best as my guide. So we're going to just very gently, very gently pull that off. Come on, baby. Okay. Best wishes. So there is your card. Isn't that so fun? Make best wishes slanted. Like, there you go. Thank you, girls. Thank you, thank you. So let me pop your names into the bucket, into my little bucket. And if you did share, thank you so much for the nice words, girls. And I'll show you all of the cards, okay? If you did share and I don't call your name, please let me know so I can add you, okay? So Judy, whoops, let me get in camera here. Thank you, Wendy. Connie. And ladies, thank you for sharing. It means a lot. Cheryl, it means you have confidence in me. Wendy. Debbie is not here, but she did share earlier. And Kathy is not here, but she did share earlier. And Regina, my friend from Germany. Have I missed anyone? Is anybody here that did share? And if you are on Instagram, I am sorry, I cannot, you know what, maybe if I pop there, do I see any? Oh, Lucy is on Instagram. Hi, Lucy. So let's shake these numbers up. Connie. Connie, I think I got, or Cheryl, I think I got Connie's name in there. Wendy, Kathy, Regina, Debbie. Yeah, Connie. Yeah, Connie is in there. But thank you. Thank you for watching out. Thank you for watching out. So here is one card, and it's the Z fold. This is the one that we did today. Here is another one, and this is You Are Destined for Great Things, okay? And then here is another one. So the sailboats are just different colors. And now this one here, I just wanted to show you an alternative. Oh, Cheryl, that is so fine. This is not a fun fold, but this is design paper. Okay, so the design paper did all the work. I stamped the birds on. Oh, what happened to my cloud? And there's my clouds, okay? And so this one was stamped with the larger sailboat and also embossed. And then I just fussy cut that out because I wanted to be able to see through the sails. So that card is also part of the draw as well, okay? And I don't know what ended up on that cloud, but there's a little schmutz on that cloud. I apologize. Okay, let's see who the winner is, and you can choose the card that you want. Okay, I don't want to crush my cards, so there we go. And I have one name, and the winner today is Kathy. So Kathy, let me know which card you want, and I will actually bring that to the crop weekend. So this is the Sunset Sailing Super Bundle. I'm going to call it a super bundle because you get the dies, you get the stamp set, and you get an embossing folder. So it's like, what? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope you come back again on Thursday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time right here. And please like my video. Please share my videos. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And I'm going to have a coughing fit. Pardon me. Have a blessed weekend. Talk to you later. Bye now.